Do you feel like your business is stuck with a website that doesn't really represent who you are and what you do today? Well, you're not alone. And every day we talk with clients, customers, prospects who are in the situation where they are trying to determine how do we justify the cost or determine when is the right time to do a website redesign. It is a big investment, and a lot of people have nightmare stories of going through this process. Well, Hinge just released a new lead generating website guide, and here to talk with me about some of what you'll find in that guide is Hinge's managing partner, Carl Feldman. Hey, Carl, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you, Austin?
I'm doing well. So, Carl, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when we think about justifying the cost of a website redesign? Because it's not just the cash, right? It's not just about the what
Yeah.
we pay developers and designers to build the website. It's time and a lot of strategic thinking goes into it. It's a really big initiative. So, how do we justify that? And when is the right time for people to think about a website redesign?
I think the first thing I'd say is I empathize because we're professional services too. So it is a challenge. And all of the things that our research and experience show are really important to consider when you're designing, building, using your website as a 24/7, business growth accelerator. They take effort. It takes planning. It takes research and understanding to hit that mark. And it's more important now than ever. I mean, 80% of the traffic are bots or another filter on top of your website, considering what you're showing on your website, something that's valuable to your audiences and making that connection. So it's easy to get paralyzed with know what kind of undertaking this is. How do I justify the expense, the effort, all of that? And I would say, look in the mirror with your team and think about, is your current website an obstacle to growth, an obstacle to new business, an obstacle to recruiting, where teams might look and say, gosh, this doesn't reflect a culture that I'd like to join, a team and advisors that I'd like to work with? Or is it passive and just there? Or, and this is what it can be, is it an active participant in places to help drive growth, to help make the connections? In our experience, after that effort is put in, and we would say that's the way to go into this kind of process, is be real about that. If the end result of a website process, design, strategy, launch, if the end goal is not something that is going to improve your business in accountable ways that you can measure, don't do it. I mean, I hate to say that, but if that is not the goal for that type of project and that's stopping you, then don't do it. I think there's a lot of ways in this guide that we put together to build support, understand the use cases of how it can really be a game changer to think about this the right way. But you do need support to pull that off. It is not a one person effort done correctly. It's not a low cost or low effort endeavor. But it is, if you think about the world we live in that is more digitally connected than ever, we would say that it is probably the most important asset that your company can invest in. And it reflects everything from your organization, structure, culture, what you have to offer as an expert, and how that's different than your competition. I think there's a ton of power in it, but it's acknowledging a website for what it is, which is not a brochure. It's not just content. It's not a brand asset. It's a 24/7 partner in your business when it's structured correctly. It is a new face of research and understanding your audiences and bridging the real world with what's happening online. I mean, it is to me still exciting to see a team on the ground at an event speaking, interacting with audiences, and being able to watch that engagement online through the website. That's still just it still feels like the future to me, and there's more of that coming. And for professional services, one of the biggest excuses that we hear when it comes to marketing attribution, or why do we invest in brand and all of these things, is, oh, we can't measure that. It's professional services. Our life cycle is so long. It's relationship driven and all of these things. You can't measure the success with that. I say nonsense to that. And the website is a big piece of that. I mean, you can literally see the touch points along the path when it's structured correctly and understand what that effort is helping your business achieve.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes from the guide is that your website should be your hardest working employee. And I
Yeah.
think you gave us a lot of great reasons there for what that could look like, and it's all documented. It's all in the guide. So if you're thinking about your website strategy, if you're thinking about a website redesign, get your hands on the lead generating website guide. Link is in the description. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. But enjoy the free resource.